I'm going to take a stab at some short videos here to try to describe a complex concept that I've been going over for a handful of videos I've done. So first, to answer the question, what is socialism? Well, in general, the idea is to make something social or to socialize. Uh, it's essentially taking things and making ownership no longer by the individual. So ownership becomes more nebulous. Uh, this nebulous form of everybody or nobody owning something is enforced either by the government or via some theoretical form of societal organization. Many socialists had different ideas how society would organize in a way where everyone would generally agree on how to utilize the property and resources of the group. Now, one of the important things to understand is socialism predates the French Revolution, and it also very much predates Marx. There's a lot of confusion on Marx being essentially somehow a founder of socialism when he wasn't. There are many, many different methodologies of socialism. Some forms of socialism say there is no property. Some say property exists. Some say only personal property exists. Some forms of socialism are okay with money existing, others are not. Some believe the socialist systems are tied to government, and others believe it would involve some form of more spontaneous non-government organization. Now, probably one of the biggest concepts that people misidentify, in some cases deliberately, is the idea of partial socialization. There's this idea out there that either it is absolutely socialized or it is absolutely not, and there's absolutely nothing in between, which is kind of silly if you think about it. Now, if let's take the American Social Security program. Okay, so I'm going to posit that the Social Security system is a partial socialization of the retirement system of the United States. Now, you can set up your own kind of retirement accounts outside this. This could be through an employer, it could be through yourself, it could be any other means. However, there is this system called Social Security. Overwhelmingly, it's impossible not to be part of it, with very few exceptions. So you don't get to volunteer whether or not your money is taken from your paycheck to go into the system, and for the most part, you're getting the money whether you need it or want it in the end. Now, let's say I were to come up with an idea where I would take a portion of Social Security and privatize it. We'd call that partial privatization. Now, people have no problem with the idea of believing partial privatization exists. If something is partially privatized, it doesn't have to be wholly privatized. So this is something people can believe in. But some people, when you throw the idea of partial socialization, they throw up their hands and go, "Woo!" There's a reason for that. And we'll talk about that in one of the upcoming parts to this series.